Honor Flight is a nonprofit organization that helps to fly Korean War and World War II veterans to Washington, D.C. to see the memorials that were built in their honor.
The veterans landed in Baltimore to a water cannon salute, as well as a memorable greeting by the Navy midshipmen. This is a greeting most veterans will always remember.
The bus from the airport then takes us to our first stop, the World War II Memorial.
Senator Bob Dole greets the veterans at the entrance to the World War II Memorial.
Well, I meet all my comrades, all the World War II veterans and Korean veterans and Vietnam veterans, and any veteran we like to greet. My wife comes with me every Saturday, and we have a good time and we exchange stories.
Well, if you don't have a little pull at your stomach, I don't care how many times you've been out here, when you get out of the car, particularly in the evening when it's kind of twilight and the lights are coming on and the fountains are working. I brought 30 old World War II veterans here the day before we opened it officially, who were still in Congress, and there wasn't a dry eye on the place. I mean, let's face it, this is a very emotional experience for these men and their families. And it's just a wonderful thing to say hello to somebody and look them in the eye and say thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
The next stop on our memorable tour was to Arlington Cemetery, where they saw the changing of the guard.
It's the changing of the guard.
Some of the veterans share their experiences with us.
I went to Fort Knox, and I went to Fort Lee, and then I went to Fort Lewis, and then they shipped me across the Pacific to Korea, and I visited Japan. And then I came back just 20 miles south of here at Fort Belvoir, and this is the only second time I've ever been to Washington, and I've never seen the monuments, so I really, really appreciate this. What impressed me is when we got in the airport, and all the midshipmen were in this big line applauding. I couldn't believe it. I almost cried, It was pretty neat. Of course, the fire trucks blowing water at us was pretty impressive, too. But I'm amazed what you guys do, how you can pull it all off. When you got less than a month, you march like this. Hup, hoop, hip, hop, hup, hoop, hip, hop.
I enlisted in 1951. Then basic training down in Texas, moved over to Mississippi, control tower operator school. Then I went over to Japan, over there for 2.5 years, control tower operator. After that, I went to South Carolina, finished that's when I got discharged.
The veterans also got to see the Korean War and Vietnam War memorials.
Many volunteers are needed to provide such a wonderful trip.
Today has been one of the greatest days of my life, and that I had a chance to be involved with Korean vets and World War II vets, and I got to interact with them and see other people's interaction with them. I think that was the surprise. I wasn't expecting that as much, but it was, without a doubt, one of the most joyful days I will ever remember in my life. There's no doubt about it. I'm very happy that I got to do this.
I don't know. I've never been able or given the opportunity to do something like this and meet people that are so fantastic and have such amazing stories and could talk for hours. And they're so funny and I'm extremely blessed and grateful to be able to take them on this flight.
The veterans share their stories about the wars.
A medic came down through all by himself, and he was running instead of taking care of anybody. And he told me that other medics would be along in a little while. And just soon after that, a medic come down with a stretcher, taking a guy down to ambulance, or the station wagon, the wagon they used for it. And they did come back and got me and took me down. I went to field hospital.
I was in the 95th Bomb Group in the 8th Air Force, and I flew 35 missions over Germany, or France and Germany and Czechoslovakia. And
Jason, yeah, he took care of me, and he did a very nice job, and everybody was so nice and so kind, so I really enjoyed myself today.
Oh, the high point of today was when I got off of the plane and walked up the ramp, and all those guys, get ready, all those guys out there waiting to greet you. I didn't look for that, so that was the top part of the day for me.
Their sacrifice is worth our support and recognition. This has been Michael Cromer.
Mike Kittle asking you to honor and serve our veterans.